Yes, this is a love story. Love story, but also a horror game. So definitely keep that in mind. We are gonna jump back in
You're
here.
on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
All right, so I still haven't gotten to make full notes of stuff. So if you all see something that's the pathway that we haven't done in chapter 1 yet, that's what I think we're gonna do this time, because I think we've partially committed to being like full simp for the narrator, but I don't think we've like fully committed. So that's what I think we'll do this run, and we'll see what chapter 2 it gives us, because there's still 5 chapter 2s that we haven't seen yet. So there's 5 different ways that we haven't approached chapter 1 yet, at least.
You're here to slay her.
Okay, I am gonna do dialogue skipping stuff for stuff we've heard. So we're gonna go full simp. And we're gonna lick the narrator's boots. Exactly. Okay, thanks for telling me what to do.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie.
She will cheat.
And
she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay, so we have to ignore him. Proceed to the cabin. Because I think the narrator does tell us to take the blade.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The blade is your implement.
You'll need it if you want to do this right. Okay, so take the blade.
You take the blade from the table.
Okay, enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a stair. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
She is, though.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Okay, so it doesn't fool us. And I'm just going to continue down the stairs.
Good. You're still listening to reason.
Okay.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Yes.
Focus on the task at hand.
Okay, we're focusing.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Yes. Okay, I guess we just need to steal our nerves.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
My thought is this might give us the chapter 2 that gives us the cold voice.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Okay, because this, it still pushes this into that she tries to get us to drop
She's
it.
unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Okay, end it. Slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily.
Oh, we
give
have
way
done this,
and look
haven't
down
we?
To see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Or maybe not immediately.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed.
Oh.
I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder.
I remember, because we went to check her pulse the last time we did that.
Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
I'm just gonna do of course she is.
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you.
This is definitely different.
Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
Leave.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
We're kissing up to the narrator, so we're just gonna say, okay.
So glad you're keeping an open mind. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
Oh. Kill the princess, kill the world? Kinda.
Psst. Hey. We're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Didn't you hear the narrator? I'm happy. We're happy.
Are we really happy? Or is he just telling us that we are?
No, we're happy. I'm sure of it.
Really? Well, if you ever change your mind, just let me know, I guess. More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. Please, shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here. The little voices, please, fall on deaf ears.
Okay, so we're not going to listen to it.
Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
Okay. Oh, that's the good ending!
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
I've been wondering what that was because I've seen that there was like the good ending achievement. I'm like, what have we not done that could possibly be good? Hold on. I'm assuming that means we have the achievement now? No, maybe not yet. Okay, it didn't click in yet. We have the past the point of no return. There's no going back now. Okay. Gonna update. Okay. Maybe I'm not happy. And I'm not just saying that because you're the last person I talked to.
Good, because I have an idea to get us out of here. Though you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, And I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
Don't you know using the blade, kill us? Wouldn't we be dead?
How astute. You are absolutely correct. Using the blade to kill yourself would kill you, and you shouldn't do it. In a sense, we die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly, forever. I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work.
Oh.
That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy.
Okay. You'd better be right about this. I'd be pretty upset if we die.
If we die, you can yell at me all you want.
I don't think that's how that works.
I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate? Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you.
The Spectre.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
Okay.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I didn't open the spreadsheet. Hold on, I'm gonna open my spreadsheet. Yes, we have a spreadsheet for this game. Because I don't think we've gotten that one. I think that's a new one. So this is loop 2. Yes, we brought the blade. Just putting simp for narrator as our pathway. And we ended up with the Spectre. Okay. Did I get that right? That was what it was called, yeah? Okay, so new chapter 2. That means there's 4 that we haven't seen yet. Well, technically this one too, but we got the good ending. Did it give us the achievement? No, was that not the good ending? It didn't give us the good ending achievement, so I guess that wasn't it? I don't know.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Should we continue simping for the narrator? They're, like, after it, there was, I mean, there was kind of a non-choice of, like, to go down and kill ourselves was kind of the non-choice there. Nothing done, it's fun! Simp narrator, okay. Oh, actually, this is interesting. Okay. Up your wise tricks, deja vu. You know what? I'm just gonna proceed. If we want to simp for the narrator, my kind of only option here is to just proceed to the cabin. but I kind of want to click these explore options. I'm just going to walk to the cabin this time.
A warning before you go any further. She
We've
will
heard it.
lie. She
Okay.
won't be a problem.
This is cold. Okay, I was going to say, I bet you that this is the cold pathway that gets us cold because we just straight up killed her. Yeah, we can always go back and explore later, yeah. Because it's not like this is the only time we're gonna go to this chapter 2. Is literally, you, like, have to do every chapter 2 at least twice. You have to do the pathway of, like, following what the voice wants to get the chapter 3 and then not. Or the other way around.
The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odor of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, if we're simping, we're gonna take the blade.
It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time. Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
Mm-hmm. Okay, take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Okay, into the basement.
The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. The room below is silent. Nobody's here, naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body, lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain. Okay, she's definitely dead. It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor.
Ghost princess?
Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous, skeletal grin. And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here? Ghost! Oh. Wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Still smash? Okay. We tried to make peace with her ghost. I don't know.
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller.
Uh-huh.
I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
The princess drifts across
Oh,
the room into
hi.
your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin.
Ugh.
So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again, if we wanted to.
Okay, so the voice of the cold wants us to kill her. So that is also what the narrator wants us to do. So we can continue to simp, and then it's not probably going to give us a chapter 3 then. Wait and see how... No, let's simp for the narrator and do what the voice of the cold wants.
Without a moment's hesitation, you lash out with your blade. It's like you're slashing at air. No matter how many times you stab at her, no matter how many angles you strike from, all you manage to do is interrupt her form, the skin of your hand prickling with cold as it passes through, unable to find anything solid.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I wonder if it would do... Obviously, it would give us a different option or a different end. That's it?
You're adorable when you're confused. But I didn't say you could touch me. Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job, or what?
Slay the princess harder! No, we're clicking that.
You swing at the princess once more, and once more your blade cuts through nothing as she disappears.
Really?
We're gonna make her angry.
Her voice chides from elsewhere in the room. You whirl around, finding her hovering between you and the basement stairs, looking you over with grim disappointment. She draws in close.
I was willing to let bygones be bygones, killer. I was willing to ignore everything you did to me so we could get out of here. Together.
Oh. Notice she still's got, like, the X where the blade was.
All I ever wanted was to leave this place. All I ever wanted was to find a way back home. Wherever home is.
Her eyes turn from wells of sorrow to pits of wrath as she stares into you.
But I guess violence is the only language you speak.
She forces her hand into your chest, and then... Yes? Nothing happens. Are you sure about that? Something should have happened. And yet it didn't. We're fine.
Stare at her in silence. Because we haven't talked to her. Really.
You can't be sure if you first hear or feel what happens next, but it is over before you can fully conceptualize what it is. A horrific splintering, the squelching of organs, the rending of tissue, an icy, numbing pain.
Oh.
I'm done asking. The next time I see you, I'm taking everything I owed. Starting with your body. If you won't choose to give me my freedom, I'll just have to make you give it to me.
She's real now. If she's making us dead, we should return the favor.
Slay the princess.
You swing your blade towards her briefly corporeal throat. It connects. A gash widens across her neck, glowing ectoplasm leaking from the wound. But it's too little, too late. In her hand, you realize she clutches your still beating heart. It thumps unsettlingly. Did we get her? Even if we didn't, we've given her something to remember.
I'm interested to see if this gives us a chapter 3 or not.
See you soon, killer.
So you're gonna squish it?
I'm afraid you'll never know. As she crushes your precious organ in her hand, everything goes dark, and you die.
It didn't take it as a vessel. Wraith. Okay.
You're on a path in the wood, and here we go again. Off to slay her again.
Okay, let me just make a note real quick. Tried to slay. We did take the knife. It gave us... Wait. Okay. Here's I guess my point of confusion. So far, if we've done what the voice has wanted, then it didn't give us a chapter 3. So what did we not do that the voice of the cold wanted us to do? I guess is the question. Because it still ended up with a chapter 3.
The deck's stacked, isn't it? We kill her, we start again. She kills us as a goddamn ghost, we start again. I'm starting to think we're being run in circles just for the sake of it.
Okay, so our chapter 3 voice is cheated. Unless if it gives us more, but it didn't do the like multi-chapter thing this time, so maybe just one.
Come on. Let's not give in to all that misery just yet. There's got to be a way out of this. There's got to be a right answer.
I also wanted to look to see if we got a different achievement. We got Heart Ripper. There are worse fates to suffer than a broken heart. Oh. Okay, so that puts us at 37 now. Not so sure if the voice of the cold wants anything. It seems pretty apathetic to it all. I guess that's fair. Because I took it that it was wanting to make sure she was still dead. So maybe it was the take a path of like not slaying, not doing anything. Would be maybe what the voice of the cold wants us to do.
Yeah. And what if there isn't? Aren't you listening to me? What if all of this was rigged from the start?
Maybe. Yeah, we'll definitely have to come back to that chapter again because that one I really am interested to see what happens if we do it the other, like another pathway on it.
That's ridiculous. There'd be no point in all this if it was just some kind of cosmic busy work. I think that's exactly what it is. The powers that be seeing how many ways they can screw with us. Could be it's all some kind of sick joke to them. Wouldn't that get, I don't know, boring? Not if they're creative with it. Okay, so you've already been here. Twice, even.
Yep.
Great. Then let me poke a few holes in your depressing little theory. Nobody here is screwing with you, and I can't imagine any scenario where you would have started over after slaying the princess.
Well, that's what happened.
Well, we didn't have to start over. We killed ourselves. And why, pray tell, did you do that? Because you decided to foist an infinite tedium on us. That doesn't sound like me. If I'd had everything my way, you would have effortlessly slain the princess, saved the world, and been given your happy ending.
Yeah, our happy ending was very boring, though.
The ending was the tedium. You locked us in a cabin and sent that cabin to an endless void, and then you told us we were happy. Well, were you happy?
No.
Of course we weren't happy. That's why we killed ourselves. It was awful. It was boring. It was bullshit. So you killed yourself?
Yep.
Yes. And then she killed us. Even though she was already dead. This is all fake. Okay, let's try to get back on track. You're real. The princess is real. The world is real. The people in the world are real.
Okay.
And the danger she poses to all of them is also, quite unfortunately, real. Whatever you did the first time, it sounds like it almost worked. So how about you give it one last try? Because killing yourself seems to undo all the good you almost managed to accomplish. Why should we help you? So you can just lock us away forever again? No, I don't think so.
I think I still want to I want to commit fully to this full loop of simp for the narrator, though.
Tell you what, I won't do that. I promise.
I don't believe you.
Oh yeah, sure. That changes everything. I mean, he did promise. And you believed him? All this standing around and talking is boring. Let's at least do something. Maybe we'll kill her again. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll even free her. Now, wouldn't that be something? It would. I guess we'll just have to see what happens. Thankfully, you all aren't the ones actually making the decisions, are you? You know what you have to do. You have to slay her. You have to save the world. Nothing matters more than this.
Okay.
Don't play by his rules. Everything is rigged. Everything is changing to whatever's convenient for him. Even the woods are changing. That's all the more reason to take this seriously. If the path isn't the same, it means that her influence is spreading, and the world has already started to end. Her influence? I really shouldn't have said that. It'll make your task more difficult. But now it's out, you could always take that information as a sign of goodwill between us and do your job, alright?
Okay. We're just gonna full... There's something else we haven't tried. Turn around and leave. No, we're gonna full simp. We're just gonna do what the narrator wants.
You continue down the path towards the cabin. It isn't long before you're steps away from your destination. I don't think you need any words of warning. I think you know what's in there, and despite your protestations, I think you know what you need to do. The more he talks, the more I'm interested in setting her free. Whatever. You don't want to listen to me? Do it then. Let her out. See what I care.
Okay, maybe he wants us to let her out.
It sounds like somebody's about to crack.
Trying to use reverse psychology on me, or have you just given up?
There's obviously no point in trying to reason with you right now, especially with all these clowns offering up their useless advice. Honestly, it seems like the more I try and talk sense into you, the more single-minded they get about letting her out.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I'm done trying to argue.
Okay, so do we want to try to let her out then?
Would you look at that? We won.
Because the cheated, they definitely, and Cold went along with it, wanted her out.
Take it however you will. The interior of the cabin is
He didn't
long
even
and
warn us
dark,
this time.
a single narrow hallway stretching far into the distance. Curtains billow out from tall windows on either side, obscuring the path forward, fluttering helplessly as opposing gusts of wind rush into the building, clashing and joining and driving everything forward.
And then there's that mirror.
The only furniture of note is...
There's no blade.
That's strange. What's strange? Is it the mirror? The mirror? No, there isn't a mirror. What's strange is that there isn't much of anything in here at all, aside from the curtains. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
Great question.
Great. Something else has been taken away from us. I suppose the only way to go is forward. So forward we will go. Blade or not, it doesn't really matter, does it?
Just approach the mirror.
You slowly make your way towards the gaping maw that awaits you. Your fraying nerves buzz with trepidation, the chill wind raising your hackles as it gently pushes you forward, towards the darkness at the end of the hallway. You can't shake the feeling that you're being watched. We've always been watched. You're watching us right now. Sometimes the feeling is just stronger than others.
Fair.
I feel like you're trying to put us on edge. We don't need all this anticipation. We just need this to be over.
Also fair.
You stop as you reach the end of the hallway, I presume in front of whatever mirror isn't actually there. What are the odds she's waiting for us right now? Just out of sight, on the other side of that glass.
I don't know.
You reach your arm forward into the pitch black of the opening. Nothing. It's like this place read our mind just to mess with us.
Mm-hmm.
What you looking at, killer? Staring into the void? Thinking about what it'd be like to die again? I know exactly how you feel.
Oh.
Shit. Where is she? You feel something long and frigid coil around your ankle. Your heart skips a beat, standing in muted shock for one long, frozen moment. And then she, the princess, constricts. Your bones snap. Icy pain radiates up from the break, a deep cold flooding your veins as your legs, numb with the shock of it, collapse, and you collapse with them. You're met with the terrifying visage of the princess. Her hand grips your leg in a steel vice, her grin carved jagged from ear to ear, crowded with far too many long and crooked teeth.
Hi!
Do you know how I feel? I gave you a path to forgiveness. I gave you a chance to make things right.
How's it going?
I thought maybe you'd seen what you've done and feel remorseful. Maybe try to make it up to me. But no, you'd rather use that knife to keep making the same mistake over and over and over.
Alright, I turned the sound up, like, way more, and it still seems kind of quiet. But I'm scared to turn things down or up more.
Even after I ripped your heart out, you still cut me. And for what? I didn't go anywhere. You didn't banish me. I'm right back here with you. A little better, a little worse. Well, maybe a lot
Maybe
worse.
a lot, yeah.
So, here's how this is going to go. I'm going to take your body, and I'm going to walk it out of here.
Okay.
And you get to watch me do it. Completely helpless. Just like you left me.
I say we let her do it. It's something different.
Yeah,
Do we even have a choice?
not really.
You always have a choice. Maybe before, but not now. There isn't a blade this time. Exactly. What choice is there if there isn't a blade? Well, unless you have any specific ideas, I think my vote's the only one that counts.
Do we want to try to free her? Because the narrator kind of gave in. It was like, whatever, like, reverse psychology kind of a bit on us, but still was leaning towards slay. But we don't have, like, a slay option, and we haven't talked to her this whole loop, so I feel like we kind of just shouldn't even do the explore options this loop, and we'll do them the next time around. I want to struggle. Yeah, let's do this.
You violently struggle against the princess, but all you manage to do is grind the fragments of your splintered ankle
Oh,
together. You
okay.
can't shake free from her now.
It's so easy to make you squirm. But I won't be crueler than I have to be. I don't even want to cause any more damage. It'll be hard enough for me to walk out of here on that broken ankle.
For her to walk out on the broken ankle?
You remain pinned to the floor of the long hallway as the rest of the princess's body emerges.
Oh.
Her proportions all wrong, limbs bent and curling, moving in ways that defy your understanding. Her torso
Hi!
stretches until her face is practically touching yours, her neck cracking audibly as she twists to look at you from a fresh angle. Are you sure you can't do anything to help us? Can't you, like, manifest a rock right on top of her head? And crush you along with her? Not that I even can manifest a rock. Besides, I thought you all wanted to free the princess. Not like this. You don't even have a weapon.
Oh.
So I'm afraid you're out of luck, which unfortunately means that I, and the rest of the world, are out of luck too. And whose fault is it there isn't a weapon here? Yours, I assume. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Whatever you did in those previous lives of yours, you really messed up. Are you seriously trying to blame this on us?
Also, just having this conversation while she's just like...
Your vision fades as she tears open the membrane of your soul. You're awake. Eyes once again fixed on the long hallway, your vision swimming as the princess's command reverberates inside your skull. Her voice is all-encompassing. You feel wrong.
She's like in our head controlling us, isn't she?
It's so cramped in here. Like there's some sort of growth trying to push us all out. I know. You rise to your feet, though the pain in your ankle is blinding. Your body slumps against the wall, desperately leaning into it for support. There's another option, you know.
Oh, and what's that?
Don't help either of them. Flip the table.
What table?
And how do you do that? You don't have a will to wield. You're solid in brain of courage.
That gap where the mirror was, I don't think it goes anywhere. Let's throw ourselves into the abyss.
There's a door down there now.
You wouldn't dare. Move now.
body, still slumped against the wall, trapped between the princess's overwhelming will and the blinding pain of your splintered ankle, takes an excruciating step towards the cabin door. The movement is stiff, your body reduced to a marionette, pulled reluctantly along by your strings.
Oh.
It's not that bad. The pain feels good. Because I know you feel it too.
We're gonna do what she wants.
You toss the last of your will aside and surrender to the princess.
I know that wasn't our full simp of the narrator, but I want to see what happens if we follow her.
Shit.
I guess the narrator wanted us to yeet ourselves? I feel like, I don't know. Oh, maybe I should have done the other one. Oh well.
I guess that's that.
We'll come back.
An end is an end. Let's see what it has in store for us.
Exactly my thought.
This is all I wanted. There will be a mercy for you at the end of everything.
Your body inches along the corridor, every step more difficult and painful than the last. Your joints stiff and unresponsive, the shattered bones of your ankle grinding ceaselessly, as if they're fragmenting, then reforming, then snapping all over again as you make your way towards the outside world.
We're so close.
But despite the anguish, it doesn't feel like the exit to the cabin is getting any closer. If anything, it's getting further away.
Oh, fun.
It doesn't matter how long this hallway is. I will drag this body till it is a piece of meat and feathers. I will be free.
Oh.
Please, just let her out.
Yes, let me out.
It's pointless, isn't it? I can't stop her without you, and you'd already given up by the time we met. No, screw that. The hallway gets even longer.
You can't describe me into submission. The door is right there.
It really is, isn't it?
I walk to it. I place your bloody hand on the door. I make you twist the handle.
Isn't saying all of this his job?
He is gone.
Oh.
Oh, he really is, isn't he? I had a feeling you could deal with him for us.
I did nothing. He dealt with himself.
This is it then. The big moment. I just hope it's a way out.
The handle clicks as we push forward. The air is different here.
Ooh. As you step outside the bounds of the cabin, you feel another violent tear, a rendering that cuts all the way down to your soul. You are once again separated from everything that had nestled in the deep crevices of your body, from everything that isn't you.
We're us again. How interesting. We actually won, didn't we?
What is happening to me?
It's almost starting to feel like we were going to get a chapter 4. I feel like if we go the other way, maybe it gets like... Some of them have chapter 4s. Okay, we're going to have to do that one again to get that, and then really... that last choice, I want to do the opposite. But you don't answer her before she's gone. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. It's going to do something to us. I can feel it. Ignore the cowards. You have to look.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Silenced as you reach forward, they're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but now you need to see what's in it. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You're at the cabin.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
It's interesting that there's actually a hand holding up the spine, too. We've done all these explore options in other loops, so I just want to see what it says for this.
If I am to be an ocean, you have given me enough to build upon.
Okay.
The task of finding my vessels is your...
Okay, what does she think of this vessel? 'Cause I don't know if I did that the first time in this loop. Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is loneliness turned to seething. She could not find her strength in others, so she found it in herself. She will make for a driven heart.
No, I did, because it talked about the kind of heart for the other one.
Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore.
Okay. We'll go back.
I await your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Good. I am going to save that there. We are just going to do one loop tonight, so if you happen to be watching in the future, we're definitely coming back. We're continuing that achievement hunt. We're definitely continuing the achievement hunt, so we will catch you in the next one.